Good news, Nemu. Thancred and Urianger have finished their tour of Garlemald, and are on our way back even here even as we speak. And as we still haven't heard anything on the towers from the Alliance, I'm hoping they might be able to shed some light on things. They're due to arrive any moment now, so let's see what they have to say, eh? Hey, you guys are back. Ah, a welcoming party. You needn't have gone to trouble. From what I hear, you've been more busy enough as it is. Honestly, you might have waited for me to return before discovering a cure for tempering. As it is, I can't even pretend to have been involved. Well, if it's any consolation, I myself was a little more than a spectre. The lion's share of the credit must go to Alize, Raha, and Nemu. But I believe I speak for the rest of us when I say we are proud to have rendered what little assistance we could. As you will also have heard, though, it hasn't all been tales of triumph. Just as we were taking a step towards finally addressing a primal threat, a pile of flesh problems landed in our lap. Anyway, it's good to have you back. Though I can't help noticing that we're one Urianger short of a scouting party. You haven't lost him, have you? Oh, I couldn't lose him if I tried. And I did try, repeatedly. But no, he decided to linger in Ala Mhigo to apprise Ralban and the others of how the land lies in Garlemald. Then mayhap you would do the same for us. Indeed. It was just as Lee said. Worse, in fact. Devastation as far as the eye could see. Nerva and Ilrid, however, were notable by their absence. Might they have met their end at the hands of Xenos and Fandaniel? Perhaps. Or perhaps they simply lost the will to fight. You see, the capital has been plunged into a deathly silence, with one exception, the Imperial Palace. It was a busy place before the war, but it has grown busier still, with throngs of soldiers and civilians working there day and night to rebuild, or rather, transform it. Transform it? Into what? Yeah, into what? That is a difficult question to answer. The construction is vast and unsettling to behold, like something from a nightmare. According to Urianger, a certain aspect of its design were clearly devised with the manipulation of ether in mind. Magitech, in other words. Oh. Yet as unnerving as said edifice was, it was nothing next to the sight of its builders. They swarmed the place like so many insects, working with nary a word exchanged between them. No word overseeing construction. No one barking orders. It was as if they were possessed. Or tempered. Yes, that's what happened in the last scene! One of the scouts came to check on the towers and came back tempered. We wanted to investigate more closely, but given our suspicions, it seems wiser not to take the risk. If Fandaniel could bind Bahamut to his will, might he have done the same to the people of Garlemald? Whatever the truth may be, this information is certain to prove valuable. You have our thanks. Well, be sure to save some for Urianger. Which reminds me, I have a message from Ala Mhigo. Raban is hosting a meeting to discuss the latest findings on the towers, and he requested our presence. Okay. Then why not leave that to us? You must be weary from your mission. No, I'm fine. Those towers have been on my mind since I first spied on one on the way back, and I'm keen to get to the bottom of this. In that case, I shall stay and begin looking into another matter, as I promised to Kryle. We need not all attend. Very well. I suggest the rest of us make our way to Ala Mhigo forthwith. The sooner we leave, the more time we will have to speak up with Urianger before the meeting. If you are curious to know what I will be doing in your absence, let us speak of it another time. At present, Kryle and I have no more than a hypothesis. Oh, okay. Alright, well, see you later. Urianger! While we may safely assume that the Telophoroi are behind the works being carried out in the Imperial Palace, we can only guess at their purpose. I wonder if there have been any developments regarding the Almaja abductions. It can be no mere coincidence that the incidents began occurring just as the towers first appeared. The Royal Menagerie is still closed to civilians. Fandaniel and his pets certainly left their mark. Although I was only in Revenant's Toll for a short while, I did manage to squeeze in a brief drink with Flamine. Aw, spring water only. It being a flying visit. My friends, much and more have I heard of your travails in our absence. Heartened am I to see you all hale and whole. As are we to see you safely return from your mission, Urianger. I trust Thancred made you feel welcome? Well, well, if it isn't Alphino and his merry band. Who? Arnvold! 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 Whatever are you doing here? When you spoke via Link Pearl, you told me you'd be away on a mission. And who's to say this isn't a part of it? But enough about that. It's good to see you looking so familiar. I thought you'd grown taller after a whole year in another world, but apparently not. Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint you. While my soul may be a year older, my body has hardly aged, as you are well aware. And may I remind you that we Elezen are known to be late bloomers, especially in terms of our height. Mark my words, the day will come when even such aurochs such as yourself will crane your neck to meet the eye. Aye, 'twas not until my 20th summer that I myself outgrew my boyish proportions. Though Moonbrita towered over me nonetheless. Aww! Arnvold brings out the best in Alphino, doesn't he? They both seem so at ease at each other's company. It's almost endearing. So what exactly brings you here? Oh, Fordola mostly. We need to go over a few things before we set out. Huh? Set out? Wait, does this have to do with the towers? Eh? What gave you that impression? Actually, tell me later. You've got a meeting to go to. I'll see you afterwards, alright? Huh? Fordola? If Fordola is going with him, that must mean... Well, are they a team? My apologies. As Arnvold rightly pointed out, we have a meeting to attend. Let us be about it. Are they a team? Huh?
Ere we begin, I would like to offer my gratitude to Masters Thancred and Urianger. 'Tis no small feat to infiltrate the Imperial capital and live to tell the tale, much less in times of civil war. Thanks to them, we may plot our course in full knowledge of how the winds blow in Garlemald.
Full glad are we to have been of service. But verily, such dangers as we did encounter pale into insignificance next to those faced by our comrades. An Ascian, armed with the might of Bahamut, bent on bringing about the final days.
Theatrics. He sought only to make a show of the power at the Telophoroid's disposal.
No, I don't think he's lying.
But since then we have seen no sign of this Fandaniel or his worm. And while we've done what we can to bolster our defenses, there's no telling where he might strike next.
Whenever and wherever it may be, we must use the intervening time to learn more of our enemy. 'Twas with this in mind that we dispatched scouts to investigate the towers.
Our advance party took longer than expected to return. And when they did, they tried to kill us. Luckily, I'd seen that sort of thing before, and we were able to restrain them before they did any harm. Then it was just a matter of letting the Porksies do their work.
Are you saying they were tempered?
Once they'd come back to their senses, they told us everything they could. It seems that just as they were getting close to the tower, they heard an ear-splitting roar. And that was the last thing they remembered.
Oh.
But what worries me most is what they were saying right before they attacked.
What?
Glory be to Garlemald.
Oh.
The Tempered have heretofore ever been thralls to primal entities. Yet these hapless souls were compelled to accept a nation as the object of their devotion. This calleth into question all that we know of the condition.
Would that the unsettling news ended there. Alas, there is more. Following the earlier reports of missing Amalja, we have learnt that other beast tribes have suffered similar losses.
Oh.
And we now have reason to believe that the abductions are connected to the appearance of the towers. Our scouts sighted black-garbed figures leading shackled Ysayeau in the direction of the tower in Dravania.
Ascians? More Ascians? Probably like black-masked ones, maybe?
The Temple Knights were able to intercept them before they could reach their destination, liberating the Ysayeau and apprehending their captors, each of whom was found to be equipped with Garlean arms and armor.
Oh! Oh! Garlean, Okay, so no, not Ascians this time.
So the Empire is the common thread.
With the support of Xenos, it seems likely that Fandaniel has rallied a faction of the splintered Garlean army to the banner of the Telophoroi.
Lord Hien reached the same conclusion when I shared our findings with Doma. The plan had been to march on Garlemald from the east and west in order to force a peace treaty. But the situation has changed. Dealing with the threat of the towers must come first. Given the nature of the enemy and the proven risk of tempering, I could think of few suitable candidates to aid in this task. But I am confident in my choice.
Arnvold and Fordola! They're a
Resistant to primal influence as they are, they can investigate the towers without fear of being turned.
Oh my god! Oh.
We are glad to put our gifts to use, Commander.
Gifted or not, going behind enemy lines remains a perilous undertaking. But we must know more if we're to strike back at our foe. I'm counting on you.
If it would give us the upper hand, I'd do it 100 times over. We won't let you down.
That concludes the briefing. You two, make ready and join your escort.
Are you certain about this, Arenvold?
I know you're worried.
I am. Come on, let's talk outside.
Oh. Oh. Hey, Fordola. I haven't seen you in forever. Talk to me. If it's small talk you're after, look elsewhere. Oh, let's talk more later. I accept that numbers can prove a hindrance when infiltrating the enemy, but to only send 2? Now that it's out in the open, I don't have to keep it under my proverbial hat anymore.
So you know, I've already gone through all the formalities at the Rising Stones. Made sure to inform Jamoldva and Vmar at Ralga's Reach as well.
Arenvold, I admire your enthusiasm, but this is far more dangerous than anything you have done before.
Yeah. We'll be worried.
I know the risks.
Oh.
And I also know what's in store if we don't stop Fandaniel from carrying out his plan.
Hmm.
With this power of mine, I can make a difference. If I stood idly by, I would regret it for the rest of my life.
And you, Fordola? Is this what you want?
What are you asking me for? It's not like I have any say in the matter.
Don't pretend. We both know Commander Aldin gave you a chance to refuse. And you didn't.
Oh. Oh.
So the Empire's finished, is it? Well, that's what they're all saying. That the great and glorious Garlemald slit its own throat. And now, from out of its twitching carcass crawls the Telophoroi with bloody Xenos at its head!
Oh.
I fought for Garlemald.
Oh.
Killed for Garlemald. What was I part of? I need to know. Whatever it is, I need to know.
Oh. That's a good reason.
Very well. If your hearts are set on this, I shall not stand in your way.
join in, please? We are adventurers!
If you finished with your touching display of camaraderie, I have a question. Which tower are you planning to investigate, exactly?
Well, the one in Girabani is said to be tightly guarded. It's patrol after patrol out there, apparently. We'd be spotted before we got anywhere near it. Which is why we've set our sights on the one in Paglth'an instead.
Oh.
There shouldn't be anything like as many Imperials to worry about down there.
Even so, I doubt the local Amalja will look kindly on it if they catch you sneaking around in their territory.
Fordola and I had a chance to learn the lie of the land in our previous forays there. We might still find trouble, but at least we won't lose our way. Well, we'd best not keep them waiting any longer.
Mayhap when all of this is over, we could take another trip to Loxeld. I would have you know I've become a rather capable swimmer since our last visit.
Ha! I'll believe that when I see it. Though, to be fair, getting into deep water does seem to be a Scion's lot in life. Take care, eh?
Bye.
It means a lot, you know. You coming with me.
I'll still owe you for saving my skin, don't I? Can't return the favour if I'm not there.
I dare say you'll get your chance before long. That Fandaniel sounds like a tricky customer. Too much for the likes of me, anyway. But we both know I'd just be another soldier if it weren't for my gift.
Oh.
And I need to be a damn sight more than that given what's coming. I realise I can't hold a candle to a hero like the Warrior of Light or Alphino, for that matter. He might look like he's 12, but he's seen more action than most people see in a lifetime. No, the fact is I'm nothing like them, and maybe I never will be. But I'll be damned if I don't try. They're counting on me. On us. So let's give it our all.
He does not want for conviction, that much is certain. So let us have faith in him. Him and Fordola both.
Yes.
While they see to the towers, I would attend to another task. Chasing down this Lunar Bahamut.
Bloody thing. Can you hear me? It's Tataru. I'm happy to say we've managed to find Estinien.
Yay!
And I'm sorry to say he went running off again the moment we told him about Bahamut. But he did mutter something about heading to Ishgard, so if you're quick, you might still be able to catch him.
Right, gang, he's in Ishgard. Let's go, please.
Even if we set out this instant, he may already have left by the time we arrive.
True.
Have her send the Bonanza to Ishgard. It may prove useful should we need to give chase.
Gladly. I'll see to it as soon as Kryl and I get back to the Rising Stones. Good luck.
While you go off on your Dragoon hunt, Urianger and I will return to headquarters. We have much to tell the others.
Dragoon!
I wish you every success in your search for our elusive friend. May we all meet again ere long.
Bro, I love the scene. The camera angle with freaking Arenvald standing in front of the camera, and then just me and freaking Alphino on the side. He knows, he feels like he knows he's never gonna be like Alphino and Nemu, but oh my god. Estinian Warmblood. The Azure Dragoon. His was another name that featured prominently in the history books. And it will be fascinating to meet the man in flesh. I get the impression Arenvald is a lot more apprehensive than he lets on. He would have been grateful Alphino was there to see him off, yeah. So Estinien was bound for Ishgard. Whatever it is that brings him home, we must hope it will keep him there long enough for us to find him. Come, there's no time to lose. Oh wait, he's never been to Ishgard before. Look at him, he's so curious. I've only visited Ishgard once before. I have only visited Ishgard once before, after the devastation of the 8th Umbral Calamity. To see the place in all its in all its original glory, is a tantalizing prospect indeed. Ah, good place to be home. Assuming we'll find him, this will be my first encounter with the famous Estinien. And if he's half the man Alphino claims, I fully expect to go weak at his knees. Perhaps to do a bit of fainting while I'm at it. All present? Good. Let us split up and search for Estinien. Since we're relatively new to the place, I'm so used to doing the accent because I like calling him Grahatia. But they call him Graha. I don't. Anyway, Graha and I will look around the open spaces, the squares and markets and whatnot. You and Nemu can delve into the nooks and crannies. Very well. Let us reconvene at the airship landing later, with or without Estinien. Good luck. I think I shall begin at the Sky Steel manufactory, so perhaps you could try the congregation? Lucia may well have heard news of our friend's return. Alright, let's check out the congregation. Good morrow to you, Warrior of Light. Lord Emmerich sent word that you would be attending in the meeting of Ala Mhigo. So I gather you have not come in search of him. To what then do we owe the pleasure of your visit? I see. No. We were not aware Sir Estinien had returned to Ishgard, but as I expect you remember, he is wont to come and go as he pleases. Mayhap he came seeking an audience with Lord Emmerich, only to find him absent? In any event, I'm afraid I cannot help you. Perhaps one of your companions has fared better. Okay. Sir Estinien is every bit as elusive as Urianger suggested. Ishgard, my home!
No sign of him. Not that I've ever met him before, but the way Alphino goes on about him, I'm fairly sure I could pick him out in a crowd.
Speaking of which, it does seem awfully quiet. If the erstwhile Azure Dragoon had returned to Ishgard, would it not be a source of general excitement?
Not really. There he is!
First the Scions coinkeeper, and now you. I'm beginning to think these meetings are more than mere coincidence.
Hey! What's up?
Not that I'm complaining. It's been too long.
Oh! That's not Alphino, my boy!
Too long.
You look an ilm taller and twice as rugged. It suits you, Alphino.
Oh no. Oh, that's so cute, but... Oh
Quiet,
no.
though. Have you been giving him lessons on how to be the strong, silent type?
No, that's not him. Oh no. Oh, please.
I am not Alphino! If the two of you are such firm friends, perhaps you should remember what he looks like. And what do you mean, rugged? Ugh! Had my brother mentioned what an oaf you are, I'd never have bothered looking for you in the first place.
He's so shocked!
Estinien Wormblood, the Azure Dragoon. He who fought and felled the dread worm Nidhogg at the Warrior of Light's side. To think the day would come when I should see this living legend with my own eyes.
Oh my god!
Would someone mind explaining what is going on?
Yeah.
Is everything all right? I thought I heard Alize shouting.
Hey!
Estinien! It's been too long.
Oh. Oh.
No, it's quite understandable. That was hardly the first time we've been confused for one another. Nor, I suspect, will it be the last.
Well, I, for one, will not be making that mistake again. What I will say, for the second time today, is that you've grown. Inside and out. I can tell.
One can't remain a spoiled little lordling forever, you know.
Oh.
At least someone's having a good time.
You're okay.
You know, when we were growing up, Alphino would never befriend other boys because he couldn't stand the thought of not being in charge.
Oh.
But maybe that's changed. He seems just as happy around Estinien as he does Arenvald.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps he sees them as the brothers he never had.
Huh. Good luck to them. It hasn't been easy being his sister, I can tell you that.
No rest for the righteous, eh? Speaking of which, I was just on my way to borrow an airship to take me to Azure.
Oh, why?
Azure? How could I forget?
Oh.
The dragon with whom Bahamut shared the deepest of bonds.
Oh! Oh, shit! His beloved! I forgot her name. Oh, I feel bad.
Aye, Tiamat.
Yeah,
his
Tiamat!
mate. Even now she remains imprisoned on Azure, though her remorse binds her faster than any shackle.
I see. As the one who first summoned Bahamut, you believe she may be able to shine some light on his latest incarnation.
might I suggest that we make the journey to Azisla together? I'm not sure if Tataru mentioned this, but we Scions have an airship of our own now.
I see no reason why not. Assuming your sister can bear the thought of sharing a deck with me.
She's gonna have to.
Be my guest. But confuse me with Alphino again and I'll throw you overboard.
He's like, eh.
I don't know who he thinks he is, but he's nothing like Alphino painted him to be.
I will admit, he is not exactly as I imagined him either. Based on what I had read of the man, I think I was expecting someone a little less blunt.
Y'all are cute. Oh my god, Estinien! Tiamat summoned Bahamut once before. She may have again, willfully or no. That's true. So this is the Delta Quadrant, where countless dragons yet lie in prison. The great Tiamat among them. Not to complain, but I didn't expect to find myself here again quite so soon. It has been quite some time since I last set foot in Azisla, but I understand the three of you were here rather more recently. I don't suppose you chanced to meet with Tiamat during your visit. No. No, I didn't. Sorry. Alas not. We had no cause to set foot here in the Delta Quadrant, but I have studied the relevant records. Which is not to say I would appreciate a first-hand account of your dealings with her. Well then, Nemu is the person to ask. As far as I know, she's the only one of us to have met Tiamat face to face. Bro, I miss Midgar Solmer. Like, come on. Let's just say it helped that Midgar Solmer was there to introduce me. Ah yes, you were a friend of her father. I too have met with Tiamat. After the Dragon-Saur War came to a close, I came here to speak with her, a worm who had fought her own war against man in another age. I wished to know if she yet harbored thoughts of vengeance, and asked as much. She said no. I see. My hatred for your kind was extinguished long ago. But the guilt she feels for resurrecting Bahamut burns on undimmed. It torments her even now. I see. Then your original reason for coming here was out of concern that Tiamat had been forced to summon Bahamut. Nidhogg is a part of me. I feel his emotions as my own, and I know that he would not allow his sister to be made a tool of evil. Aww. In his absence, it falls to me to watch over her. Aww. It was the Ascians who taught Tiamat the secrets of summoning, even as they supplied the Alligans with the means to capture primals. So much suffering. All of it by design. The Azure Dragoons of history were mortal enemies of the dragons, yet now they would be hard-pressed to find a soul who understood them better. Our grandfather sacrificed everything to protect the realm from Bahamut. We must be prepared to do the same. Tiamat awaits. This way. To think that man is responsible for all this, and so much else that dragonkind has suffered. That man, yeah. Resigned to her fate though she may be, I cannot help but feel that we may be able to help Tiamat. Would only she let us, yeah. So this is the one of the seven great worms. Even thus confined, her presence is overwhelming. Oh, Estinien. My sire's mortal champion. What bringeth thee back to this forsaken place, child of man?
It's plain she knows naught of recent events. Perhaps you should enlighten her.
Okay. That my sins should be repeated. Oh. I sense not the faintest stirring. As to who could have called them forth, I know that none save the dragons of Meracydia are children. Oh. The icon claimed their souls when first he manifested, and robbed of their will, and they became tools for the elegant's dark designs. Oh.
I've seen it with my own eyes. Captives of a lost empire, neither alive nor dead, existing only to preserve Bahamut's corporeal form.
Yes, the dragons of Meracydia are at the mercy of this Ascian. There can be no other explanation. Okay, Fandaniel didn't force Tiamat to summon Bahamut again. Thank God. Oh. Accursed Ascians, vile minions of darkness. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Your children's pain means nothing to them. They laugh at your kind suffering. But tears will not right this wrong, nor will lamentation see the perpetrators punished. Behavior befitting a great worm.
Oh.
We came here to ask mighty Tiamat of the First Brood, consort of Bahamut, mother of the dragons of Meracydia, what she intends to do about the crimes committed against her children.
Yes. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Santalan infan antosk, Kaush rent an, Ale o esk an in, Ale kum ak in.
Oh, recall, mortals, that it was I who did first summon my beloved, praying with all my being to bring him forth. You, who contend with icons, cannot well be ignorant of the consequence.
You too were exposed to his influence. That you are yet in possession of your own will is testament to the indomitable strength of your soul. But were you to meet with Bahamut again, you fear you might succumb.
And
he will tell thee thy power. Oh. So she... Okay, I guess she can't even if she wanted to. No. Oh.
On the matter of Bahamut's influence, at least, I believe we can be of some assistance.
Oh, yeah!
If you're afraid of being enthralled, don't be. We have a cure. And while we've never tried it on one such as you, its basic principles are universal.
Yeah, yeah. It's true.
There is no future for those bound to the past. That you committed a terrible sin, I do not dispute. But if you feel remorse, you may yet make amends. We offer you that chance. Take it, or you will forever remain a prisoner, not of these cruel shackles, but of your own guilt.
Yes! Yes. Redeem yourself! For your beloved. Oh, that's good. Oh. Oh. Oh, Estinien. It would seem she still has some pride after all. Let's see if she's good at her word. It won't make up for what she suffered at the hands of men, but if there's a chance we can free her, truly free her, we owe it to her to try. I confess, my heart was in my throat when Estinien thought to berate her, but it appears to have had the desired effect. While Porxies have been shown to be effective in curing the tempered, Tiamat must be considered a special case. She is far, far larger and immeasurably more powerful than any subject treated thus far. Were we to remove her restraints only to find that the process had failed, we would be hard-pressed to contain her. Then, before going ahead, we should learn as much as we can about the exact nature of her condition. Do you suppose we can find that information here? Why, yes, we can. We can indeed. The Alligans kept detailed records on all of their notable captives, and I know exactly where to look. We shall leave it to you then. In the meantime, the rest of us can turn our thoughts to the removal of those shackles. I Know Alpha Node and Nemu are here well enough, but not you. Are you certain you're ready to see this through? Rest assured, Sir Estinien, that I am both ready and willing to give my all for the sake of this star. Though that is not my only reason for wanting to set Tiamat free. While I do not claim to know all of her sorrows, I too once found myself in a prison of despair. And I well understand how hard it can be to dare to dream of escape. It took the encouragement of braver souls than I am to make me the first step towards a brighter future. And I would help Tiamat do the same. I gather you are not as young as you look. Mayhap when our work here is done, we could trade tales over a pot of Tataru's famous tea? And be indebted to her for the leaves and hot water? I think not. I see. Returning swiftly to the task at hand then. I believe the nodes governing Tiamat's restraints are located in the sector known as the flagship. Ah yes, we are familiar with it. The Ethereal Chemical Research Facility is in particular. Oh, you may wish to take this. A spirit vessel, containing a small amount of my blood. Which you just happen to be carrying around you. I suppose that could seem rather odd. To explain, Rambros, Riange, and I are researching the use of spirit vessels in the transference not only of memories, but the traits of certain bloodlines. And so I keep one at the ready should an opportunity to test our theories arise. As for its use to you, you may recall that during our previous visit, the nodes here granted access to restricted functions, having identified me as being one of royal blood. And armed with that spirit vessel, I posit that they will do the same for you, even in the absence of, well, the rest of me. It seemed worth a try at least. Agreed. Well, we will take good care of it. To the flagship, then. I would rather leave these elegant contraptions to you and Alphino. Let us split up and search the flagship for the node that controls Tiamat's restraints. But should you find a likely candidate, do not be tempted to make any adjustments. It would not do to accidentally release some manner of experimental monstrosity, nor less Tiamat herself in her current state. Our objective at this stage is to simply identify the relevant node or nodes. Once we have learned what we can, we should reconvene and compare notes prior to this proceeding. Friction between metallic components detected. Temperature increasing to critical levels. Please replace damaged parts or retreat to a safe distance. That's one. Beep bloop. Warning. Scheduled dragon restraint maintenance due in negative 2,220 years. Failure to verify system integrity may result in unscheduled specimen release. Data link with Delta Quadrant broken. Possible cause: intruder interference. Advised deployment of automated combat units. Proceed? No. Infernal things. One of them sent a swarm of mechanical vilekin to plague me. Must have angered it. I'm afraid Estinien and I have little to show for our efforts. Did you find anything? Yes, this one. Spontaneously, you say? Well, that sounds promising. Almost suspiciously so, in fact. But then you were in possession of the spirit vessel. I dare say it is indeed the node of which Grahatia spoke. And it was chirruping, you say? Very well. Let us take a closer look. Blip. Do you wish to operate the dragon restraint mechanisms? Bleep bloop. You did not have the requisite access privileges. Operation of the dragon restraint mechanisms may only be undertaken by the chief technologist and members of the royal family. Or those with a vessel full of royal blood, perhaps. Bleep! New user detected. Commencing biometric authentication. Bloop! Authentication complete. User identified as member of the royal family. Please state your name. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh! Oh my god. It'd be funny to pick Estinien. Let's do it. Very funny. But if that thing speaks my name, I shall see that it never speaks again. Use your own, Nemu Kire, in case you've forgotten. I love this so much! Bloop! Username changed. Welcome, Nemu Okire. You may operate the dragon restraint mechanisms when ready. Bleep bloop. Error. Unable to disengage restraint of the specimen Tiamat. A system update is required. A system update? What do you suppose it is asking us? Of us? To update its system? I could hazard a guess. Well, that's more than I can say. Confounded bloody thing. It's so funny. They have no idea how to use the node. User agitation detected. Initiating guidance program. Bloop. In order to operate the restraint mechanism, I require access to the central control system. However, I am unable to establish a link set system due to the obsolescence of my own software. The issue can be resolved by applying a system update using the corresponding terminal located within the flagship. So this thing can release restraints or not? Yes, with the system update, it probably can. It can, but only once it has received the requisite system update, as far as I can tell. Until which time it'll float there spewing nonsense. User dissatisfaction detected. Initiating placation controls. Bloop. I am here to help. Rest assured, I will be on hand to guide you through every step of the system updates process. How gratifying. I dare say we will fare better with guidance than without it. Let's see. According to the terminal, the central control system is presently employing software version 56.135. Dare I ask which version you are employing? Why, software version 42.002, of course. Bleep bloop. Warning. Errors detected in the data management system. Estimated time required update. 5 years, 1 day. We don't have that kind of time. That is rather longer than we were hoping. Aren't there any other options? For instance, using the terminal to operate Tiamat's restraints instead? Bloop. The proposed method is indeed an option. Please be warned, however, that the procedure may have changed as a result of the system update, and my instructions may no longer be accurate. Well, I can't imagine it will have changed all that much. As long as we pay due attention to any discrepancies, I dare say we shall be able to muddle our way through. Don't bother trying to explain. Just tell me if we've made any progress. I would say so, yes. It does, however, require that I remain here to operate the terminal. I shall inform you via Link Pearl once I am ready to release the shackles. It might be best if you left the spirit vessel with me. I may yet have use for it. Rest assured, I will be certain to return it to Grahatia once this is over. Just a little work and Tiamat will be free. Aww. But before we go any further, there's something I would know. When Tiamat and her kin fought against the Elegant Empire, both sides were but dancing to the tune of the Ascians. And it was the same in Ishgard, where they stoked the fires of conflict between man and dragon from the shadows. All that the Ascians touch turns to ash, and thus have you made it your mission to fight them. But there have been times when you try to reach out to them instead, to find common ground. Oh, yeah. And so I must ask, what do you intend to do with Fandaniel? Will you try and reach out to him too? I feel like that's highly unlikely, to be honest. That's true. We do want to understand his reasoning for all this, because we don't know that much about it. But did he not tell you that he was beyond reason? If he wishes to die, I say we oblige him. Yeah, you know what? But perhaps that's the difference between you and me. You see the good in people, even it be but the slightest glimmer. I only hope you do not come to rue your benevolence. Aww. You think us unwise for viewing the world thus? Far from it. That has ever been your way, as I learned when we journeyed together with Iceheart. Oh. Yet the fact remains that there are some who view compassion as a weakness to be exploited, and there may become a time when you extend the hand of a friendship only to wish you had dealt with the killing blow. That's true. So, save your mercy for those who deserve it. Yes. Well, we should be getting back to our task. If Alphinaud has things in hand here, I suggest we rejoin the others. If this Fandaniel truly is without reason or creed, he is no better than a rabid dog. Treat with him if you must, but be ready to do what is necessary. I got you. So the spirit vessel proved useful after all. Excellent. Estinien told me all is well, but nothing more. Honestly, it's like getting blood out of a stone with him. I take it from Alphino's absence that he's needed elsewhere? Yep. Well, that sounds rather frustrating, but you got there in the end. While you were talking to nodes, Graha and I were learning as much as we could about Tiamat's condition. Our readings confirmed that her ethereal balance leans strongly towards the umbral, as was the case with the kobolds. Therefore, all other things being equal, the treatment should work. I hope so. The difficulty lies in the sheer quantity of ether with which we must contend. Multiple applications of the treatment will inevitably be required if we are to reverse the effects of the tempering completely. Meaning I'll need all the ether I can get. Thank you in advance. Although this endeavor will ask much of us, we do have one reason to be optimistic. Namely that Tiamat shows no signs of fanatical devotion, suggesting a milder case of tempering than suffered by the kobolds. Tiamat saw Bahamut as an equal rather than a god. Might that have made a difference? Yeah, that's true. Now that you mention it, it very well might. She would have not believed it necessary to defer to his will. But enough talk. It's time to put our theories to the proof. Tell Alphino to disengage the restraint ethereal dampers. I'm counting on you, Angelo. Ah, such warmth. The frost that shroudeth my soul doth begin to thaw. But what are these? Visions of days long forgotten, of war with the men of Alag. Wherefore do such baleful memories return to me now? Could it be that the process of restoring her soul is pre-tempered state is awakening ancient memories? Or might the opposite be true? If so, by helping her to recall the past, we may be able to speed her recovery. Nemu, she trusts you. Speak to her. Ask her to tell you the times past. Okay. Ah, Bahamut, my beloved. Would that the peace we found in Meracydia would have lasted for eternity. But alas, it was not to be. The Ascians saw to that. In all creation, I know of none more wicked. It was at their behest that the men of Alag first came unto Meracydia, unto our home. Oh. The tale began when Bahamut and I left our father's side. We took wing in search of a place to make our eyrie. Beyond the southern ocean, we discovered a lush and fertile land. It would come to be known as Meracydia by the children of men, though many years were to pass before they crossed the seas. Upon our arrival, we were welcomed by the peaceful people of the forest, kin to the trees. Surrounded by nature's bounty, Bahamut and I found a place to raise our young. Were they fused? It looked like they were fused. Fascinating. This correlates with the writings of the Sharlayan scholar Urusha. She posits that man first settled on the southern continent towards the end of the second astral era. Correctly, it would appear. If only she were with us to hear the tale from Tiamat herself. Again, Angelo! Huh. When first the children of man arrived at our shores, no foot did they set in those places over which we held dominion. Such was their fear of dragonkind. And as they kept their distance, so did we let them be. Yet as the days went by, ship after ship appeared upon the horizon, bearing ever more of their brethren, who divided the vast land amongst themselves. For a time, they knew peace and prosperity, but as their numbers grew, the smaller their share came to seem, and soon they began to covet the territory from their fellows. Ere long, man fought man, blood was answered with blood, and none could see the end of the strife, until one day they came to us. Recognizing our wisdom, they entreated us to intercede in their conflicts. Bahamut agreed, and with him presiding over the affairs of men, the land knew peace once more. Alas, those golden days of harmony too were fated to end. For the men of Alex slew my beloved, and I, in my rage and sorrow, heeded the envenomed words of the Scions. The rest thou knowest too well. Oh. Oh, are you okay, Alisaie? But your tale doesn't have to end here. When you are free, we'll rid the world of the Scions together, and you and your beloved will have justice. Fine sentiments, but you're almost spent. I'll keep watch from above. If the treatment fails, run. Ugh, thanks for the vote of confidence. I swear when this is over. Keep going, Alisaie. The magic is working. Well, I knew this isn't going to be easy. No patient could have prepared me for treating a great worm. But we're close. I can feel it. And while I've got a few more drops of ether left to give, with yours and Graha's, this will work. And I believe I speak for both of us when I say that you may take as much as you require. Careful. I might hold you to that. Alright, here I go. Let's go! Let's go! Oh my god.
No. I'm almost there.
Huh? Yes, take our ether.
This is it, Angelo.
Won't know for certain until the shackles are removed.
Oh.
Many have been subjected to the Allagan's dark arts, their flesh irrevocably altered. For such tortured souls, I fear there can be no salvation.
Oh.
Slosk an ol fol kail an. Slosk seth som in an.
Better to die than to live as a tool of evil. Aww.
Lis an. Do ud an.
When that time comes, you won't be alone. We'll stand by you.
Thou hast my gratitude, little one. Aww.
Alphino's ready. It's time. Do it. And let's hope the treatment worked as it should.
Oh. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh. Oh, wow.
By the gods.
She looks awesome.
Urianger, your timing could not be better. Understood, we're on our way. It's Bahamut. He's been sighted over Paglth'an.
Oh, God. Oh, no! That's where Arnval and Fordola
the
are!
largest amount of settlement in the region, at the head of a vast host, including dragons.
Oh, fuck.
Did you hear all that, Alphino? You'd best rejoin your comrades. I'll make my own way. Our enemy awaits. Shall we?
Yes, let's go. The real Azure Dragoon comes. Couldn't we have just joined him? It'll be fine. Plenty of time to recover on the airship. Okay. While I'm sure you're desperate to join Estinien and Tiamat in battle, it would be wiser to gather the full strength of the Scions first. The foe we face demands no less. I have already sent the word to others. We are to rendezvous in Ul'dah at the Hall of Flames. Let us collect Alphino and be on our way. Oh, we are already here. Okay. Oh, and it's all of us Scions. As I'm sure you recall, Arenvald and Fordola were bound for Paglth'an. I pray they have not come to any harm. Dude, I hope so too. If you're worried about me, don't be. I got some rest during the flight, and now I feel ready for anything. The first spate of abductions, and now the attack on Amalja homeland. What did the Telophoroi aim to achieve with all this? A happy coincidence, Kryle and I were in the process of concluding our inquiries when news reached us of Lunar Bahamut's return. There's much to discuss, but it will have to wait. Of the foe we faced, we know but little. Though time be of the essence, we must not stint our preparations, lest our haste to fly to the aid of the Amalja cost us our best chance at victory. Now, I know some of you could do with a rest, but I'm sorry to say the Telophoroi have other plans. Paglth'an is already under siege. Happily, the Immortal Flames arrived just in time to join the defensive effort, with Marshal Tarapin as their head. Oh, cool! Well now, given the failure of peace negotiations, I was uncertain how the Sultanate would respond. 'Tis good to hear that Ul'dah has not abandoned the Amalja. Abandoned them? Did we not profess to be their friends? Oh, Nanamo! And Papa Shan! Your Grace! Marshal Tarapin has made provisions for such an exigency, and was ready to depart at a moment's notice. All that was required was the agreement of the Syndicate, each of whom voted in favor of intervention. Nor is Ul'dah alone in its resolve. The other Alliance nations have likewise dispatched their troops to Paglth'an. Yet even with our combined strength, we shall be sorely tested. For we face not only the might of the Imperial Legion, but Lunar Bahamut and his draconic horde besides. Tiamat's children. Fight as we may, victory is by no means assured. But not all of the omens are grim. Our forces report that despite the proximity to Lunar Bahamut, none of the Amalja show any signs of tempering. Strange. What primal would turn down a chance to claim new thralls? Unless it is incapable of doing so? Primals are not wont to serve a master, Ascian or otherwise. It may well be that the Lunar Bahamut differs in some fundamental manner from those we have previously encountered. If that were true, anyone could fight him, and Nemu and others like her wouldn't have to shoulder the burden alone. Be that as it may, Lunar Bahamut remains an incalculably powerful foe whom our soldiers will struggle best through mere force of arms. With the aid of the Scions, however, I believe they will fare rather better, assuming, that is, you are ready to take the field. An airship awaits to bear you to the front. Pray set forth as soon as you are able. I, meanwhile, shall continue to coordinate our forces. Until we meet, until next we meet, may the 12 bless and keep you. It was kind of her to speak with us personally. You may be certain she has no shortage of her other responsibilities. Well, I, for one, am inclined to do as her grace requests. Lest we forget, Arnval and Fordola are in Paglth'an on reconnaissance. The sooner we save the day, the better their chances. Indeed. To the airship, then. Oh, everyone's here. Lest thou wonder, I have attended to Thancred's ammunition and completed mine own preparations. I trust thou canst say the same of thine. Try as I might, I cannot fathom why the Telophoroi would move to attack the Amalja. If Fandaniel's objective is death and destruction, one of the city's stage would surely have been a better target. No, they have some other agenda. One encompassing the recent abductions, perhaps. Do you think Estinien and Tiamat have already reached Paglth'an? But I should know better than to speculate on the whereabouts of the Azure Dragoon. Forgive me. Oh, don't apologize. It is not impossible that Telophoroi redirected some of the troops stationed at the tower out to the front line. If so, this may all turn out to have been so Arnval and Fordola's benefit. Given what we know, some, or perhaps even all, of the Imperial soldiers may have been tempered. But if we can subdue them, we should be able to do something about that. But they would still see us as enemies even then. That said, they wouldn't be deaf to reason, which is better than nothing. So, the Telophoroi have constructed buildings capable of tempering, and primals which are not? What secrets are they hiding? Hey. Greetings. We've been expecting you. But say the word, and we shall depart for Paglth'an at once. Oh! It's a dungeon. Okay. Oh my god. This music, bro. Tiamat and Estinien is there. Let's fucking go! We must have faith in Arnval and Fordola. We win or we die. To Garlemald. To Garlemald. Oh, tempered. Oh, they all say tempered Imperials. And then Telo something. Huh.
you all right?
Oh. Help us here. This way, allies, comrades, friends. Be careful, vigilant, watchful. Oh. Oh no!
Are you all right?
Oh! Oh! Nice! Good work as always. The kobolds have proven the launch as staunch allies indeed. Oh. A Moluk. Whoa. Critical rip. Ah, no! Come on. What am I supposed to do here? Oh shit. No! Ooh, I'm so sorry. Can I go behind him, please? Oh. Ow. In death, may you find the peace you were denied in life. Oh. Oh, what the fuck? Oh no. Oh wait, there's the tower. Is that the Azure Dragoon?
What took you so long?
Hey, Estinien.
The Amalta are in trouble. Let's split up.
Okay. I shall fly to their aid. This is so cool. We could not ask more dependable allies. Oh. Wait a minute! Oh Emmerich's here! I was so focused on the freaking dungeon. Oh my god. What did he say? Oh! Lord Emmerich and Lucia.
Leave the healing to me. Focus. Release!
Oops, I'm in front. You shall see the wounded to your safety. You are needed elsewhere. That should give us a moment's rest.
Oh, no, you don't.
Estinien! Seeing Estinien is good for something after all. Oh, what the? Oh. My lord. It seems as Estinien is good for something after all, as you should well know. Or have you been ignoring my tales of his exploits? That's funny. Oh, Tiamat! I shall free thee from... Oh, my poor children, I shall free thee from thy pain. Oh. Sad. Oh, you would lend us your aid? Then let us crush this accursed war machine. Mobs. Oh, freaking drones.
Just the beginning.
Once the way is clear, strike at the enemy's heart.
You underestimate me!
Oh. Rip.
Leave the healing to me.
Flames clear the way, prepare to strike again. Fight well, our brethren will hear of your brave deeds. I dread to think how we fared without the Amalcha. Oh. Dude, the imagery is so good. You could see the tower just like that. I will call unto my children. The icon waiteth the heavens. My children shall bear thee to them. Oh, wow. Thank you. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, this is so cool. Oh. Oh my frick. Teletherium? Lunar Bahamut. Okay. Oh. Stardiver! Oh my god. Oh no! Tiamat. This is not Bahamut, just a poor imitation. Imitation or no, we would be fools to underestimate it. That's why we got this. Oh, Ifrit coils? Akmorn. Uh-oh. No, I should have been there. I didn't notice. lunar flare. Ooh. Fuck. Oh, it goes smaller? Oh no. Okay. Mourn. Ah. Ow.
Leave the healing to me.
Yes. Nice. Oh. Oh. Oh, don't worry about it. Bye. Live happy.
Noble warriors, the dragons chose their friends well.
Who's this? Oh!
Long have our peoples waged war, but no more.
Hey!
Your fallen lie beside our own. By our words and deeds shall we honor their sacrifice.
Oh. We would be proud to call you our allies.
The enemy of our enemy is our friend. And you have proven yourselves worthy of our trust. It is the Garleans who are deserving of our fury.
Okay, but there are good Garleans, you know.
I shall see that my brethren learn the truth of this day, and rally as many as possible to the cause, till we meet again.
Okay, bye.
And thus did we make allies of the Amalja.
It would certainly seem that way. The Sultana will be pleased. Let's go and give her the good news, shall we?
But where are Arnvald and Fordola? That's what I'm wondering. Sometime earlier inside the Paglth'an tower. Inside? Oh no!
What in Ralga's name happened here?
The gods only know. But you can bet these poor sods aren't here by choice.
Quickly! We've got to get them free!
I don't know if there's time for that. Oh no.
Get back!
An alarm system. An alarm system.
No. What have I done?
It's too late for them! We're leaving, now!
Yo, what the hell? I know you... I'm so sorry, Arenvald. Wait, the fuck? What? Is that Ifrit?
No. No! Don't you dare! We came together and we're leaving together!
No! No, 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 no! What the fuck? No! No! To see the Amalja fighting alongside us brought to mind the Zon of the Crystarium. I pray that our peoples can forge bonds as strong as those of our counterparts in the First. From what I could tell, there didn't seem to be many Imperials in the vicinity of the tower. Hopefully Arenvald would have used the opportunity to get in and out undetected. Oh, you'd be surprised. Tiamat did all she promised and more this day, but I doubt she will be satisfied. Nay, she will fight on in defense of her children, wherever so they may be. It will take more than a single victory to wash away all the bad blood between men and Amalja, but one has to start somewhere. Though the day is won, and thanks in no small a small part of thy valor, the Talafaroi are far from defeated. Yet be that as it may, 'tis only right that we rejoice in Lunar Bahamut's banishment unto the ether. While it would be too much to hope that we have been seen that last of Fandaniel, we have dealt with his schemes in telling blow this day, and that alone is cause to celebrate. And celebrate I will, when we have received word of Arenvald's safe return. Standing around here worrying is not going to help matters. Come, we must discuss the day's events with Pippin and her grace. Brave Scions! Ah! Would that I could treat you to a hero's welcome, but I bear urgent news from the frontistery. Oh. Your Grace, whatever is the matter? As our troops withdrew from Paglth'an, they came upon 2 scouts sent to the nearby tower. I have yet to hear a full account, but it seems that one of them, your friend, I believe, had been wounded and was dragged away by the other. No! Arenvald, no! Oh, Estinien! Alpha, no! No! Oh, Alpha, no! Oh, no! I must go. Forgive me, Your Grace. Oh. Can you tell us aught of Arenvald's condition, Your Grace? The wounded scout. Not save that it is grave. The chirurgeons tend to him even as we speak. The infirmary must be inundated with the wounded. If all of us must go, we'll only get underfoot. Nemu, Estinien, would you mind going after Alphino? He may need some support from someone other than me. Oh. Yeah, of course. Oh. Very well. Thank you. The rest of us will see to that the relevant people know what took place in Paglth'an. Come on then. Talk to me. Instead of standing there gulping, why don't you tell your friend to stop whining like an unnerved dog? People are fighting for their lives in there. I mean, you have a point, but he's worried about his friend. Please tell me something, anything. Another one to come see the lad in silver armor? Master Demeliot is attending to him as we speak. If you would be so kind as to wait. What did Master Demeliot say? Tell me his exact words. Dude, let the chirurgeons do their work. But... You're right. Forgive me. When we said our farewells to Arnwald, I was afraid that something like this might happen. But now that it has, all we can do is wait.
Fordola, have you been waiting here all this time?
Oh.
We have done what we can. The rest is up to him.
May we see him?
Oh.
I do not think that wise. You must let him sleep.
Thank you for bringing him back. He owes you his life. I just wish I had been there. Perhaps, I don't know. Perhaps I could have...
Could have what? Got tempered? Don't flatter yourself. You can't save everyone. No one can. Not even the warrior of bloody light.
Oh. I thought she was gonna like yell at him, but she didn't. She kept her cool.
People die all the time, for no good reason. And those who take up the sword die quicker than most. If you're going to shed a tear every time a soldier falls on the battlefield, you'd best stay away. It's no place for the weak of heart.
It may be that victory cannot be won without cost. But all life is precious, and I refuse to shrug at its loss.
All life is precious! Oh, you need to grow up, little man. Before your sparkling ideals get everyone killed.
You can see why she has our reasons for saying it.
You're right. He is idealistic.
Mm.
But the world has more than its fair share of realists, like you and me.
Mm.
It's people like him who dare to dream that things could be better and make it happen against all the odds. They are the ones whose names live on forever. The heroes.
Mm.
The battlefield's littered with would-be heroes. At this rate, you'll not be next.
Oh.
And what'll become of your precious dreams then? They'll be gone. Like dust on the wind.
Dreams worth fighting for don't die so easily.
Mm-hmm. I know. There's nothing more I can do here. Come, let us rejoin the others. Her Grace invites the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to join her in the Fragrant Chamber. Your comrades have already arrived. Will the three of you be joining them? We will. Oh.
Your Grace, pray forgive us our lateness.
Think not of that. I understand a close comrade of yours was wounded in the line of duty. Arenvold. It was at the Alliance's behest that he risked all, and we are grieved to hear of his condition. Rest assured, he will receive the finest care our chirurgeons can provide. On that you have my word. Now, we would share with you the findings of the mission.
My spear isn't there.
Pippin, pray relate to our guests the details of Fordola's account.
First Bahamut, now Ifrit. Or Lunar Ifrit, as Fandaniel would doubtless have it.
'Tis now all but certain that the towers were conceived to facilitate the summoning of primals by those imprisoned within. Less certain is the means by which the Telophoroi constrain the wills of said entities to enact their designs in defiance of the pleas of their victims.
Mayhap they do not. If mere proximity to the towers is enough to make loyal servants of the Empire's mortal enemies, it stands to reason that the same is true for those held captive. They invoke their gods for the good of Garlemald, and in their disturbed state of mind, summon a primal whose form reflects their own alteration.
It all begins to make sense. Upon closer inspection, I realized that the towers bear a striking resemblance to a much larger structure which Urianger and I observed from afar during our visit to the Imperial capital. assuming it too is capable of tempering those in its immediate vicinity. It would go some way to explain the swiftness with which the Telophoroi managed to rally so many Imperials to their cause.
While the situation in Garlemald is indeed troubling, I fear we have more immediate concerns. Ifrit was not the only primal summoned. At approximately the same time, observers at several other towers bore witness to the emergence of further such entities.
Oh no. Like Lunar, Garuda, and then Titan as well? What the fuck?
For a blessing, none appear to wield aught approaching the destructive power of Bahamut, and the Grand Companies are moving to deal with the threat even as we speak.
Is this wise?
Though we are aware that the task will not be easy, we would call upon the Scions only as a last resort. Pray, conserve your strength for now. After all, it was not so very long ago that you rid us of Bahamut. On which note, I am pleased to report that our talks with the Amalja have reached an agreeable conclusion. They have pledged their full support to our cause.
Nice.
It is our hope that this historic agreement will encourage other tribes to join us at the negotiating table. And I know that I speak for all of the Allied leaders when I say that we will welcome them with open arms at such time as they do. Of course, this was only made possible by the feats of heroism performed at Paglth'an. Moreover, we shall not allow the sacrifices of those fallen in battle to have been made in vain. As hope leads to victory, shall victory lead to a new dawn for Eorzea.
May these words ever be our guide, Your Grace.
Now, if you will forgive me, I must consult with the Syndicate on the matter of our new allies' integration. Till next we meet, my friends, I bid you safe travels and blessed respite.
I like how we're all together like this. Will you be a scion too, my boy? There's no reason to linger. I will take my leave. Aww. Alphanel knows only too well that sacrifices are an unavoidable part of conflict. But knowing something does not change how one feels about it. You yourself have shared adventures with Arenvald, have you not? Yeah. Then I shall say no more. Amidst this is a great push for peace with the beast tribes, we would do well to remember that the old prejudices yet remain. It is a delicate political dance, and I do not envy the Sultana her task, nor any alliance later. With the secrets of the towers thus laid bare, our duty to prevent further abductions has taken on new import. Fail in this, and our enemy shall punish our negligence with a plague of primals. Even without the threat of tempering to contend with, the Grand Companies have quite the task on their hands. Regardless of Her Grace's protestations on the contrary, it may be best to dispatch a few of our own to assist the endeavor. Remind me to mention to Tataru, would you? Though we have won our first battle against the Telophoroi, and made significant discoveries to boot, the war has scarcely begun. We must steel ourselves for what lies ahead. Right then. Unless anyone has any objections, I think it's about time we return to the Rising Stones. And that includes you, Alphino. Arnvald is in good hands here. Of course. He would doubtless mock me for pacing about in the furry. Let us retire then. But we might regain our strength and readiness for the coming challenges. If all are in agreement then, I shall let Krile know to expect us. A hot bath and a hearty meal shouldn't be beyond arranging with the time available. Oh. It will be good to be home. I have some thinking to do. Yes, I'll try asking him. And thank you. I shall look forward to it. Our comrades eagerly await our return, and Krile in particular has matters she is keen to discuss. One of which concerns you, Estinien, believe it or not. You will join us, won't you? Fine. Really? I thought you said you were avoiding the Baldessian woman. Oh. If I refused, she would only pursue me. No, I think it's because you worry about your little brother. I know they're not actually brothers, but he sees him as the brother he could have had. I think from the backstories he did have a brother, but they were killed along with his parents from Nidhogg. Let's get this over with, shall we? Krile!
Welcome back. I expect you must all be exhausted. Ere you take your rest, however, I would beg a moment of your time. Thanks to Arnvald's selfless efforts, we may now be confident that we understand the function of the towers. But many questions remain regarding the reason for the summonings, and what lurks behind the looming edifice in Garlemald. Until such questions are answered, we will struggle to devise an effective strategy for thwarting the Telophoroi's stated aim. Nothing less than the destruction of this star. And so, given the gravity of the situation, I move that we petition the aid of Sharlayan.
Sharlayan? Oh, okay. But would they agree? Would they agree to help, though? It's a bold move.
'Tis possible the ancient knowledge preserved within our archives may hide a clue to our enemy's methods. But given Sharlayan's established policy of non-intervention, our former colleagues are not like to aid us in its discovery.
Oh, I well remember what they're like. The Forum's barefaced refusal to assist you in the days prior to the calamity must rank as Sharlayan's most shameful act since the Exodus.
Probably. Probably so, yeah.
But were the final days to be reenacted, it would spell doom for us all. Surely even they cannot turn a blind eye to that. I trust we are all of the same mind on this matter. Urgent as it seemed, I took the liberty of petitioning the Alliance for leave to act as Eorzea's emissary, and have since received their blessing.
Oh, wow.
I presume your role as a student of Baldessian will carry some weight with the Forum?
One can but hope. If truth be told, our organization has been a shadow of its former self ever since the disappearance of the Isle of Val. But the name does still retain some degree of prestige. I only pray it will be enough. If there are no objections, I shall depart for Sharlayan at once. But before I do, I should also mention the other matter to which I would devote some time during my stay.
Uh-huh.
After hearing what transpired in the first, I began to question the true nature of Hydaelyn's blessing. A topic I have discussed at some length with Y'shtola.
Yes. Yeah.
We were wondering, when was the last time Hydaelyn spoke to you directly?
That is a good question.
When Elidibus sought to make warriors of light?
Yeah.
That was the voice which calls constantly to all who might hear
Yeah, that's true.
I spoke of direct communication.
Oh.
When Hydaelyn communed solely with you.
Oh.
A far rarer occurrence.
Oh. Right.
History shows us that Hydaelyn is able to awaken the echo in her chosen, convey her will directly, and grant the blessing of light. To our knowledge, however, she has not sought to intervene in man's affairs for some considerable time.
That's true.
Might not the explanation for that lie with her choice of champion? Mayhap she is content to trust in her judgment.
Mayhap she is. But following my initial discussion with Kryl, I made inquiries of my own. And as far as I'm able to tell, Hydaelyn has not made her will known to anyone.
During my time in the First, the Oracle of Light spoke to me through Reem. But that was not the will of Hydaelyn. It was Minfilia herself.
Indeed. And while she and Hydaelyn were inextricably linked, Minfilia yet acted of her own volition. A messenger, yes, but one who spoke with her own voice.
I wonder, could Hydaelyn's silence suggest the presence of some disruptive force, perhaps? Some obstacle to communication? While I share Urianger's high opinion of your conduct, I see no reason why she would deny you her guidance altogether. Then again, who am I to say? The fact is, we simply don't know. But if the explanation is to be found anywhere, I can think of worse places to look than the archives of Sharlayan, and their research on the Ethereal Sea in particular.
Oh, Alphino.
Resolved though I am to go, believe me when I say that I take no pleasure in the thought of leaving you a member short. Now, of all times. Estinien, we stand on the eve of a struggle that will decide the fate of this star. One in which we Scions may play a telling part, yet we are but few in number. And so I must ask you again, will you join us?
To become a Scion? What?
You see the world the way you want it to be. I see the world the way it is. You are idealistic to a fault. But I know you would never turn your back on those in need.
Oh.
Never close your eyes to their suffering. And somehow, your deeds lend truth to your words, giving the lie to my doubts in so doing. I have seen others draw strength from your belief. In Ishgard, in Ala Mhigo. You inspired them to stand up and fight. To win, no less. And even when you lost those you held dear, you carried their spirit with you and made their memory your guiding light. The burden of so many hopes and dreams would be too heavy for most to bear. But you bear it willingly, as you have shown me. Some dreams are too important to let go.
Oh.
If you have need of my strength, it's yours. After all you've done, how could I refuse?
Estinien!
Thank you, Estinien. Whatever challenges await us, I shall not falter. You have my word.
And now, I may bid you farewell. Safe in the knowledge that all is as it should be. In this little corner of the world, at least.
You will be sorely missed. Tread warily in Sharlayan, and do try not to let the Forum embroil you in their politics. A forlorn hope, I know, given the individuals involved.
I shall do my very best. Farewell.
Bye, Kryle. I'll see you again soon. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. What the fuck? Wait, that's an ironwork spear! And oh, what the fuck? Is he trying to find a new weapon? He is trying to find a new weapon he wants to have.
Well, does this one meet with your approval? Apparently not. Or could it be that you're still upset about the dragons?
You are unwise to remind me of so costly a failure. It will not affect our plans, I trust.
Oh, hardly at all. Though, admittedly, the chances of us being able to procure any more Meracydian dragons are rather slimmer following Tiamat's reappearance. Oh, but the seeds have been sown, my lord. We have only to wait for them to quicken. Speaking of preparations, is it safe to assume that you will be ready to control you-know-what?
Control what?
The hour draws nigh. This nation, forged for Ascian ends, will finally prove its worth.
A mighty empire, now no more than an instrument of this star's destruction. What a pleasure it will be to put it to use. Which brings me back to our earlier topic. My lord, while I appreciate that it is not an easy decision, it really is past time you chose your weapon.
There is one that I have been meaning to test.
Well, well, not quite what I was expecting. Though I will say, it does seem rather apt.
I guess he found one. Oh well. If you need of my lance, I'll be ready. If not, I'll be reserving my strength in preparation for the next battle. But since you are here, I have a question. The Scions are in close contact with the East Aldenard Trading Company of Kugani, yes? I was wondering if they could place an order of some sun-dried squid. Sun-dried squid?! I don't seem to be able to find it in these parts. Sun-dried squid? Sun-dried squid? To be honest, squid is actually very good. Though we know not the full extent of the Telophoroid's schemes, preventing further abductions must take precedence above all else. For therein lieth a key to depriving our enemy of its most potent weapon. It strikes me as odd that rather than marching on one of the city states, the Telophoroi have made so far made only sporadic attacks. I doubt they go to the trouble of putting all of those towers that if that was all they had in store for us, yeah. The sudden appearance of the towers will surely not have escaped the Forum's notice. I would like to think they would be receptive to Kryle's request for cooperation in investigating the matter, but unfortunately their reputation would suggest otherwise. They sound like a big deal. None can deny that Hydaelyn's blessing has been a great boon to our cause, but much remains unknown with regard to her true intentions. That's true. Given everything that we have learned from our encounter with the Ascians, we must keep our minds open to any and all possibilities. Amidst all the fighting, it's easy to forget what we've achieved, isn't it? I mean, we cured Tiamat. Tiamat, for heaven's sake. You will tell me if I become insufferably smug, won't you? Because the way things are going, it feels like a definite possibility. You're doing great, Alice. Well, it looks like I'm going to be busy for a few moons. Not that they ever seem to be anything but. Thinker's got me dispatching troops to every corner of the realm, which is not to say that I don't trust the Alliance, because I do. But when it comes to putting down primals, nobody does it better than us. Yeah, that's true. Well, then you lot, more accurately. You won't catch me trading blows with a primal in the near future, but for every fell fiend you vanquish, there's countless meals to arrange, baths to fill, sheets to wash, stores to replenish, and the list goes on. Which is where I come in. And gladly, mind you. It's the least I can do to support the Scions who's risked their life and limb. Like poor Arnvald. Yeah. I wish there was something we could do for him. But we'll just have to settle for saying the odd prayer and keeping a roof over our heads. It wouldn't do to have him come back to a complete shambles, now would it? But that's enough of my rambling. Off you go and get some rest. If there are any developments, I promise you'll be the first to know. Thanks. Okay, so that's part 1 of the 5.5 patch Unto the Dawn. I think that's what it's called. Oh, it's Death Unto Dawn. That's what it's called. And I think there is a part 2 that was the most recent patch for Final Fantasy XIV, and I think that's the most up to date before the upcoming expansion for Endwalker comes. All right, so with that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.